Yeah! New shirts finally dropped. Go check the link in the description. JustByronShop.com. Cop yourself a shirt. There's 2 types. Go cop yourself whichever one you like. There's some descriptions to help you find your selection. Go check it out. Let's go. Jjan! Oh shit, that did not taste good. And we're live. Welcome back to another episode of the Jjan podcast. Now today is the format is going to be a little bit different because I fucked up. I messed up on my part because I actually already recorded this, but I accidentally deleted my audio, so I got to re-record myself. But I have a guest today, or for this video. Timo is back.
What's up, guys? I'm Cruel Timo on YouTube, or Timo, just my real name, so whatever you want. Usually I do K-pop reactions and also do a lot of K-hip-hop stuff, especially on Twitch. Also same name there if you want to watch. And I will be watching what we're talking about today as well. Show Me the Money 11. We'll be watching that as soon as subs are out, which who knows when that is.
And I didn't want to just, because we spent some time recording together, and I didn't want just that footage of his to just disappear and not be used. And I appreciate Timo for coming on that day, and his recording and audio is all perfect. It's just my audio got deleted, so I gotta redo this. So hopefully you guys will still enjoy this episode. But this is the Jjan podcast. So today I'm just drinking water, but I got this Milk Kiss. It's like Milk Kiss bottle, so I'm gonna just drink this today. Since this isn't really Jjan podcast, this is like a little different. So
I did have a Red Bull earlier. I can grab that, but other than that, I have water.
Jjan.
Cheers with water, of course.
Before this video continues, make sure you guys grab yourself a shirt. One of these shirts if you haven't already. This is my very first shirt. This is my clothing line, JustByronShop.com. It's the link in the description. You can go click it, go grab yourself one of these. Very first. If once these sell out, there's not going to be any more. So make sure you go grab yourself a shirt, okay? Alright, so this format is going to be, as you can already see, when I speak, my screen is just going to be me. When Timo speaks, it's going to be just him. So there isn't really too much me and him interacting, just because this whole thing is kind of messed up. But I still wanted to make this video because Timo's recording was really good, and mine I just accidentally deleted my audio. I can't get it back or anything. So this is what I have to do with now. So hopefully you guys will still enjoy this video. If you guys don't know already, we're talking about Show Me the Money 11 today, because that is airing pretty soon, like very soon now that I am making this video. I'm not sure when exactly it's going to drop the first episode, but I'm assuming it should start soon, because usually it starts like usually at September or something. And I believe that there's another show going on right now with Mnet, so maybe after that is when Show Me the Money 11 is going to start airing, but I don't know. So today we're going to talk about Show Me the Money 11, the producing teams, and what we feel about them, how do we like them, not like them, and then we're going to see we have a list of notable candidates that are on Show Me the Money 11. That is, some of them are like actually going to be on there. Like they didn't say they were going to be on there. They're just like mentioned, but some of them are on there. So I'm gonna give, and Timo is gonna try and give like a prediction to see who is gonna win this thing. Last year I predicted that Cho Guang-yo was gonna win, and I actually predicted it, so shout out to me. So hopefully, or let's see if I can do it again this time. And then Timo's gonna tell us his top 2. I actually have 2 of my top 2s, or two candidates of winning this season. And then after that, we're going to talk about who we want to see on Show Me the Money 11, or Show Me the Money again. Because I don't even know when Show Me the Money is going to stop airing ever. I feel like they always say they're going to stop after this season, but they always have a next season. So I don't know when we're going to see an end to Show Me the Money. Hopefully we don't see an end. Hopefully it continues, like, I don't know, forever, but hopefully it keeps doing this so we can see the list that we have or the people that we want to see on Show Me the Money and give it a try, see if they can win or whatever.
I'm curious because I've not thought about that for the season, like a prediction. I definitely last year was also sure that Jjan will be into like the top 8, top 4 at least. I was like a bit iffy on if he like can manage to fit in a system because he's like a super raw, underground, like super aggressive type of guy. And like you could see that in the beginning of the season where he like was like a loner and everyone was like avoiding him. So I was kind of scared about that maybe happening. But I was sure, like, I mean, he's literally the fastest rapper that we have, except of Outsider in Korea. So,
all right. So the first team that we're going to talk about is going to be Jay Park and Sloam. Now, I didn't even expect these two to collab or be a producing team because last year Sloam was with Zion.T and I didn't even know Sloam knew Jay Park. So I didn't expect this team to happen. So when this team was first announced, I was kind of confused as to why or how this team kind of came about and how like Show Me the Money or Mnet like organizes these producing teams. Just because like I didn't expect these two because Sloam was with Zion.T and of course Sloam is a really good producer. He produced a lot of the great songs with Zion.T last year. And I just didn't expect Jay Park and Zion and Sloam to be on a team together.
Yeah, I have some thoughts, honestly, right off the bat. So I have them here right now as well. I looked them up. And I have 2 thoughts about Jay Park. So the first thought is, well, actually, there's 3. I saw him live for the first time in the MIK Festival like a few weeks ago in London, which was pretty cool. But then again, he was also less exciting than I thought he would be. So he kind of went easy in a way. So we will see. But my 2 actual thoughts, it was just some kind of banter here. My 2 actual thoughts are that he has, of course, been a producer for Show Me the Money like so often. He is the like I'm pretty sure he's the one that did it the most so far. I would guess it's probably the 6th time or something, but I don't know. I just guessed. It's a lot. So in one way, I kind of not sure if I want to see him so often. I think the last time was 3 years ago, though, season 8, if I remember that correctly. Season 6 and season, what was it, 4? Yes. So season 4 with Loco and season 6 with Doggy. So actually 3rd time now. Interesting. One last thought about Jay Park, which is kind of exciting to me personally, is that he kind of clashes on another world of rap here with another producer, and that's Justice. In season 9, we already had Justice as one of the producers, and then BY in another team, which to me is like 2 of my favorite rappers and like 2 of the best, let's say, fast rappers, if that makes sense. And Jay Park and Justice are very different, but both very big characters. So that sounds like a lot of interesting interactions. Something like a Swings would also be very interesting in here if he would be here. But yeah, Justice and Jay Park together in one producing lineup sounds pretty spicy to me.
Justice is back. He is in another season of Show Me Money as a producer. And he is with r.tee, who I don't even know who r.tee is. I'm guessing he's a producer. But I didn't, like I said, this is the same thing. I didn't expect these two to be together. Maybe they've done songs together in the past. I don't know. I'm not really sure who r.tee really is. But I believe he is a producer for YG or something like that. I'm not too sure.
He has been on YG forever. He did songs with a lot of solo artists from YG, like Under, for example. What You Waiting For from Under is one song he did. He is mostly known for like very heavy EDM songs and like an actual DJ type of sound he has. So he is definitely like very hype focused. And Justice is not necessarily someone that produces a lot. So this could be like a team where r.tee does most of the stuff, which is very interesting because I don't remember a producer on Show Me the Money before that was this heavy leaning into DJing. Maybe Code Kunst, but he's more leaning towards like a groovy room type of vibey R&B, not so much like the EDM, chorus drop type of thing. So I'm really curious about r.tee as well, what he does, and if he even fits well into the scheme of hip hop.
And we also know that Justice is, whenever I see Justice, he when he was a producing team last time, or on a producing team, he kind of featured on every single song with that team, because he was with Groovy Room that time, and I'm pretty sure he was featured on every track of the contestants team. So I don't know if that's going to be the same this time, but whoever has Justice as a feature is going to have a really good chance of winning, I feel like.
The thing is, we will see about that, because last time he was like so hyped to be on Show Me the Money for the first time, so he just wanted to rap a lot. I think he was over jealous a bit, overzealous. Like he overdid it a bit, especially that one stage with Kuni Panda he did, which was amazing. But he kind of outshined Kuni Panda a lot. Like I don't really remember Kuni Panda from that stage. So I think he did a bit too much, maybe. So we'll see. Maybe he'd do like a bit less, you know.
But I'm interested to see how this team kind of plays out. But as of right now, like when I think about Show Me Money producers, I don't really think it matters too much, like who is the producing team, because after all, it's the artists and the contestants that win and everything, and that does the votes or gets the votes. You know what I mean? So I don't really. The only thing that I think about like as a producing team is like the features. You know what I'm saying? When the contestants have a song, who's going to be the feature, and then then those features kind of play a part in like the decisions, like the votes of contestants' songs.
I think it's kind of important for like bigger names to be in there, at least a few, because it also gets people interested in watching. I remember there was one season, but I don't know which one that was. It might have even been last season, to be honest, even though we had Grain Mino there. But other than Grain Mino, all of the other producers were like kind of sleeper, if I would call that. Gecko and Codecons, they're like not new names, so they're like mainstays, so they're not really something that is like new and exciting. And then SMTM11 Slum as a team is like, okay, you know what you will get. You will get like R&B type of and jazzy, funky type of music, and it's usually not that hip hop focused, like in the true sense of hip hop, I would say. And then Yomda and Toil is like, to be honest, in my opinion, it's like a whack team, like really whack. I'm not a big fan of Yomda and Toil, even though he's fine as a producer. Is like not a very interesting character to watch. I will forever remember, and let me double check if that actually was Don Mills, but I think that was last season Don Mills. Yep, it was Don Mills, where they did him dirty pretty much. They gave him like a really weird beat, like a super childish, really happy, funky beat for Don Mills as a solo stage. Was like, what is going on there? Because Don Mills, like for the first time at like a big stage, he could prove himself and like show everyone what he got. I mean, he already has proven himself. He's great, but he could like actually go off. And then they gave him like that, let's say it, kindergarten beat, and I really didn't like it. That was like the one fuck up they really did. There's also another factor why I didn't like that decision between the Sokodome and Don Mills thing, is because there was that diss battle round earlier in the season last season. And I forgot who he battled, but Sokodomo lost like very, very handily against someone. And mainly because he just didn't try at all. Like he literally didn't have any attitude. He was stone-faced in the diss. Like he didn't have any like expressions. His lyrics were really bad, and his diss track was like super short. And just, it was troll, which is an approach, right? He was like the comedic approach, but it was not even funny at all. So he had like literally the worst diss battle. I could barely watch it. It was so bad. I'm not lying, and I usually try. But it was so disappointing because I know what he usually can do. I don't remember who he battled, but my god. And in my opinion, that was like a few times happened before that already, where he didn't try completely. He was like, yeah, I'm Sokodomo, I'm popular. I don't need to like give 100% yet in this first 3 rounds. Like I will be going through anyway because they think I have potential. Like he pretty much could read the producer's opinion about him already. So he didn't really try his hardest in the earlier rounds. And I really didn't like that attitude. So in my opinion, he just didn't deserve going through against Don Mills, who was like super hungry and just got fucked by a bad beat, you know. The funny thing actually was I expected r.tee to produce more last season, but if I remember this correctly, and I always looked at the credits before each stage, I think r.tee never had a song the whole season where he main produced it. Most, like 99% of the songs were produced by Slum and like some other people. And Zainti helped out with like some little things, like, so you can usually tell, right, if they like credited like from like left to right, the guy on the like far right is like the one that had like the least work on it. So like Zainti was usually on the far right or not even listed. So I found that really interesting because he has so many potential things to do and a very interesting style, even though I'm not the biggest fan for like his style on Show Me the Money, I would say. I think it's more like a thing that works better off Show Me the Money. But yeah, he didn't do anything really, which was kind of surprising and interesting to me. Also, side note, Sokodomo lost against Kunta in the diss battle. And yeah, Kunta had like one of the best disses, and then Sokodomo's diss was about like Kunta being this reggaeton old guy that, you know, it's like washed up, and he repeated himself like 10 times, and that's it. Like, that's literally what he said. So there's no substance really.
So I think for me, for Lil Boy and Groovy Room, I'm not too sure what I think about this because Lil Boy, he is one of the winners of Show Me the Money, and he has been like I said, he's been a winner. But in my opinion, like I don't know, because like with his final stage, he had like everyone from AOMG on his feature. So I don't know if that played a part in him winning the whole thing.
Honestly, in my book, he was not the person that should have won. I do think that Mush Venom kind of had a bit of, if I remember correctly, either a bit of an unfortunate final stage, or maybe the beat wasn't that good or something, but he did like, I think the stages before he was like insane. He had some crazy good stages. And then I also think Kundi Panda and Mirani both could have easily been in the final and like challenged Lil Boy. I just think Laywan and Swings making it was kind of kind of underwhelming, especially Laywan, because it was obvious he was not going to win that. It was cool, I was happy for him, but obviously he's no challenge for the others. And then Swings was just like, yeah, whatever, dude. It's this storyline. Thanks, Mnet, I guess. I don't know. I cried to VVS. I'm not kidding. I literally cried when I watched that episode because it was so wholesome. Like the whole Mush Venom Irani storyline. If you watched, or like if anyone watching right now watched the season from start to finish, was so wholesome. And that stage was impressive because they like lost one member, right, and had to do it like rearrange everything overnight. And Mush Venom MVP, by the way. But yeah, that was incredible, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm curious how Lil Boy is going to be on Show Me the Money as a producing team, and then Groovy Room also is with Lil Boy. So I'm excited to see what that dynamic is going to be like, because they were on different teams when they were both on Show Me the Money. Groovy Room was with Justice back then, and Lil Boy was on r.tee and Giddy Boy's team. So
the scene is very small, so everyone knows everyone, especially among the top people. I mean, Lil Boy is in Geeks, and Geeks has been around for like so long, almost a decade. So I'm sure they worked with Groovy Room before somewhere. Yeah, that probably has happened. And other than that, I don't even know, to be honest. I never found this out, if they actually choose their teammates, or if Mnet just says, okay, we want to get these people, and if they say yes, we're just going to mix the teams like we want them to be. I don't know if they actually have a say in who they want to be with out of the pool they have available, if that makes sense. Like if the actual producers have a say in that or not. Maybe they be like, yeah, I want to only be with that guy. If I don't, I will not come. Maybe. But some people would probably be like, yeah, whatever. I just want to be there. I don't care with who. Lil Boy with Slum would be even more weird, honestly. Like, so I think this makes more sense. I think Groovy Room can actually adapt a lot in style. And I'm really curious about this team in general, Lil Boy Groovy Room, because I don't know what to expect completely from Lil Boy's producing, and if he even will do that. He does have like above 150 producing credits, so he has a lot. He can do that for sure, and I'm just not sure how consistent he is with that, or if he outsources producers as well for his own songs. To be honest, I'm not sure. So I'm very curious about how that team happens.
All right, and the next team is The Quiet and Lil Mars. Now, for me, I feel like The Quiet and Lil Mars, I don't know about this team, because Lil Mars, in my opinion, I think he's really good as like a singing rapper. And in terms of rapping, like rapping, I'm not that big a fan of his, but I'm not that big a fan of that rap style of his. But I'm more a fan of his singing rap. Whereas someone like Super B, where I really like his rap, like rap. But when it comes to his like singing rap, I'm not too big a fan of Super B singing rap. So I feel like, and what's kind of cool is those two actually won against each other in a Show Me the Money season, Lil Mars and Super B. And I believe Super B won that one, but that's like kind of cool because like those two I can compare for me. Like I like one thing, but I don't like one thing of theirs. So like Lil Mars, like I said, I like his singing rap, but I don't like his like rap. But I like Super B's rap, but not when he sing raps, if that makes sense. And then with The Quiet, I feel like The Quiet always is, he's been on there probably like a lot as a producer. I think he's been on there like 3 seasons. And, yeah, I wanted to see The Quiet was like someone else maybe, but, I think The Quiet and Lil Mars are pretty good at producing songs. Lil Mars, I'm not too sure, but I know he was like a violinist. So I'm pretty sure he's really good at reading music and making music as well. Cause, when you play the violin, you need to read the notes, music notes and everything. So I think this team is going to be interesting, but I just wasn't expecting Lil Mars to be on as a producer.
I'm really curious if they will do songs together or if they will just, swap around and like, you do one, I do one, you do one, I do one. I expect the latter, to be honest, because their styles they couldn't be more different. And if I would have to take a guess between the two, then The Quiet would be the one that produces more. Generally speaking, that's what you can expect because, fun fact, The Quiet is the guy with the most producing credits in all of K-hip-hop history. He has like around 600 credits, which is insane. Lila Mas is like 250, which is also very good, but yeah, so The Quiet usually does that. But then again, maybe he's like, okay, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm lazy. Just do some stuff, kid. 1 or 2 things that I found interesting is that all of the 4 producers, so let's call them Groovy Room, Slum, Lila Mas, and r.tee, so like the mainly producers, if that makes sense. Except Groovy Room, the others are kind of not really, often in these shows or not very widely known. They're definitely not like unknown, especially Lila Mas and maybe Slum a bit, but they're not really that big. So I think this is like a good push for those people. And then on the other hand, the 4 rappers that we obviously have Jay Park and The Quiet, like 2 of the longest standing names in the whole game, which is hype. And then we have Justice with one of the best rappers and like very cocky rappers as well. Always very, very strict on like judging as well, which is really cool. But then we have Lil Boy, which is in my brain as like a type of person, a super nice guy. That's like, not really saying that much either. So I'm like kind of curious how he fits in all of this and how he will actually be as a judge of other rappers, right? Like what will he say, and is he like actually good with words and that? I don't know. I think they did a good job this time because all 4, it's 4, right? Yeah, 4 teams have 1 main rapper and 1 main producer, if you want to call it that, like what they mainly do. And last season, for example, that was not really the case because Zayn.T and Slum both more producers, and Zayn.T doesn't even rap really. And Yonda, you could argue, is also more known for producing than for rapping. So, well, and then we have Gray and Mino, who also both produce. But yeah, so there was not really much of a 1 big rapper and 1 big producer thing, which this one is like very straight to the point in each team.
One producing team that I'm really excited to see, I want to see, hopefully one day we can just see this producing team, which is Paul Blanco and Changmo. I hope that one day they can be a producing team because they both can produce really well. They both can rap really well. And I don't know if Paul Blanco would be good, I just want to see this team because, like I said, they can do both, right? So I think that this team would be an exciting producing team to be on. And then there's going to be a lot of features. If whoever's on that team, then they can have other features on their songs. But Paul Blanco and Changmo producing team would be pretty cool because they have done a bunch of albums together, so I feel like they'd be a really good fit for Show Me the Money. But I don't know. I believe Changmo is still in the military at the moment, so I mean, it's not really it's not happening this season. Hopefully, next season or future seasons, we get to see this producing team because Paul Blanco is already in Ambition Music. If you guys didn't know, he is the latest sign for Ambition Music. So, and I've been waiting to see Paul Blanco in Ambition Music for the longest time. Ever since I knew Paul Blanco, shout out to Changmo, because that's how I really knew about Paul Blanco. But ever since I heard his music and heard, like, when Changmo and Paul Blanco did a joint album, I was like, and they also toured together too. So I was wanting the Quiet to get Paul Blanco on Ambition Music, because he would fit perfectly on that label. So shout out to the Quiet for actually putting Paul Blanco into Ambition Music. Now, them two, Changmo and Paul Blanco, can make even more music together, and that means that makes it even more interesting producing team for them to be on and Show Me the Money. So hopefully we get to see that one day. That's the one producing team that I would like to really see.
I want to pick. I didn't have this prepared like a producing team I want to see, but I, for once in my life, want to see Super B and Changmo together, because they're like best friends and they have been doing so many things, even on Show Me the Money together. Like as Super B as a contestant and Changmo as a producer, and they have tons of songs together. That would be so cool. And now that Super B has his own label and doing stuff, and he also producing more things, I think it could be possible, if Show Me the Money actually wants it and if also Super B wants it. But that'd be so cool to see that once, because they would literally just be laughing about shit together. I know it.
All right.